Are we recording this time, Sam?
We are recording. It's the timer is running.
Are we live, you son of a bitch?
We probably talked for like 15 minutes and then...
I know, I said all my best jokes.
Yeah. Well, just remember them.
I can't.
You can't?
No. I'm like a hamster.
He's only funny once.
I'm only funny once.
Well, so, like one of our first episodes with Tom, actually, we recorded a whole episode.
Oh my God.
Is that the lost episode?
That's
No,
incredible.
it's not the
No,
lost
that's
episode.
the-
The lost episode is lost on purpose. We've purposefully not released it
Oh.
But
because
like,
we don't want people watching that movie.
Tom was a true gentleman.
Oh, I
was
don't
like,
think they can watch it.
yeah.
You could.
Oh, watching the movie. Sorry.
Yeah, the movie, I don't even remember what the movie's called anymore. I kind of
Death House.
Death House. I
Ugh.
blocked
I'll
it
never
out of my
forget.
memory. But Tom was a gentleman, and he recorded again with us. So shout out to Tom.
Thanks, Tom.
But Nick, why don't? Oh, dude, beautiful. Why don't you open us up with what we're drinking and a nice crack open of the beer?
Whoa.
Got a little bit on the mic.
That's.
Did
I
it
mean,
pick it up?
Let me look it
Yeah, I
up.
picked it up.
Good.
Spilling.
Today,
Party foul.
we're drinking Wicked Weed Freak. It's a double IPA,
Freak of nature.
and
It tastes freaky.
yeah, I mean, tell us why you picked this
Freaky
beer.
fast. So I picked this beer because I wanted to kind of pick sort of a local beer, which I guess Wicked Weed's in Asheville. It's not super close to Greensboro, but it's still North Carolina. And, you know, I'd rather pick something that's close rather than, you know, all over the place across the world. But Wicked Weed, I really like them. I mean, I lived in Asheville for a little bit, spent a lot of time hanging out at New Belgium and Wicked Weed, and I just picked it because it looked cool. Freak of nature. It's got like weird like vine tentacles on it and flowers.
Nick's likes that kind of stuff.
It just looks cool. Okay,
Looks like an acid trip, man.
it does. It's a double IPA, which is ironic because the three of us aren't really IPA people.
Nope.
Especially Weebly.
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 Websley today, man.
Websley.
Websley.
You didn't
yeah.
tell us.
That's
yet.
true. We didn't do our introductions. I'm Websley today.
I'm still Sam Collins.
Yeah.
I'm Nick. We were kind of talking already about this, and Wesley's not a huge fan.
No.
You want to share a little bit about your thoughts?
Yeah, so we all don't like IPAs, and I like IPAs. I started drinking them late into my drinking journey. Is that what we called it? Oh, we're talking about something else. But yeah, this definitely tastes like they took two IPAs and compressed them together without any of the benefits. It's super bitter. It is dank because it has a lot of terpenes in it, which come in the hops.
It's very dank.
And that's also what makes weed skunky
Mm.
and piney, because it's also found in other stuff like pine needles and lemons, and there's some health benefits to it, but it tastes like shit. So, I mean, if you like really, really strong flavored beers or you like IPAs, this might be up your alley, but Wicked Weed does have an IPA I like a lot, the Terrapin one, which tastes more like grass. And I like grass a lot. All kinds of grass.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
So, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this one. It is, I mean, isn't it described as crushable?
Yeah. So on the back it says delicately crafted and crushable.
It's not
which
crushable.
I would
Not-
never
not
ever in
crushable.
my entire life describe an IPA as delicate or crushable.
Especially a double one.
Yeah.
This
Like
is not light enough to be a crushable beer.
I can crush 10 strawberry lemonade natty lights,
Oh, Natter Days, dude.
but I can't crush a bunch of these. Like this is work.
Dude, if you
drinking this.
crush those, you'd get messed up.
Yeah.
Like,
I'd have a freaking stomach ache, dude.
yeah, probably.
Little tummy ache.
Oh, tummy ache. Oh, I drank too many IPAs. Oh,
Okay.
I don't feel good, Nick. Will you rub my belly?
But
Sam, what are we talking about next?
I mean, this is the first time I've had a double IPA in a while, and I appreciate you bringing some diversity to our beer lineup.
Yeah, we got to challenge our palate.
True. We got to punish
We can't
ourselves.
just drink stuff we like.
Yeah. We can't watch stuff we like either, apparently, because it's a freaking movie
We're
we
just
watched.
a glutton for punishment on this podcast,
Yeah.
which I need to
It's
think about
penance.
that. I
It's
need to
penance, dude.
I need to think about that more, just because. Yeah, there's a lot of things that I do that I don't like, but that's for me to think about in my own time. But
Thank you for sharing, Sam.
but
I thought I needed a therapist.
oh, dude, I 100%. I mean, anyone needs a
Therapy is
therapist.
good for you, everybody. Please go to therapy.
Don't let the stigma of therapy deter
I
you
joke,
from
but
getting
therapy
therapy.
is very good for you.
Actually, yeah, I remember that was a big moment for our friendship. Oh, well, not a big moment, but I just remember I was going into counseling, and then you were leaving counseling. You're like, oh, sweet, you go to this too? And we talked about it a little
Was
bit.
that an app?
Yeah, it was an app.
Oh.
Yeah, I think we did, but like,
Oh yeah, I mean, dude, I was cooking beans and rice all the time.
rice and tears.
Yeah, and I would just burn the heck out of it. I'd be
Nice.
like, oh, whatever.
I like beans.
Yeah, that red house.
Oh yeah,
Ooh, depression.
Well, we were also dying physically from the allergens. Wesley developed.
Yeah, our fish literally killed itself.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
We had a cichlid. It was our old landlords. They left it there, and his name was Oscar or Gus. It was Gus.
Gus. Yep.
Gus, and he was way too big for his tank.
Yep.
And every time
Aw.
you tried to feed him, he would like thrash the water because he was very territorial, and he would jump out of his tank every now and then.
Yep.
And one morning we woke up, and he was just plastered to the kitchen counter.
Dude, fish are
Literally, had to
really,
scrape him off.
really
with a
famous
spatula.
for killing themselves.
Ah, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah,
That was
dude.
a
I
rough
don't blame
year.
him, man. I don't blame him. Well, at least we weren't drinking this beer.
For real.
It can
That
always
bad.
be worse.
Yeah. Oh man.
But
I knew where I was going to be in 10 years.
before we get into the tab rating, I'd like to ask a question to just help the listeners get to know us a little bit more. What's y'all's favorite like multiplayer map?
I will go first. The first one that came to mind for me, it wasn't a game I played a lot, but it was the snow level from 007 Nightfire
With the gondolas.
the gondolas. Yep, and the grappling hooks. And all that
Iconic.
fun stuff. Yeah, it's crazy that we all recognize that, but I don't know. I don't
And
know
what-
if we really played it a lot.
which
but we
one's
know
the one
name.
that you started in like the air ducts? Is that called Facility?
Oh, that's GoldenEye.
Yeah, but it's still like
That's a
up
great
that
map.
alley.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the most iconic maps of all time. This 007 one, Nightfire, was interesting as well. But yeah, I was never a huge multiplayer gamer. Like I liked multiplayer games, but it wasn't like as impressionable to me as like a single player experience. But I think some of the most fun I've had on like multiplayer maps were like in Battlefield 3, Operation Metro, Carg Island was my personal favorite. Also liked how they went back and brought back a lot of nostalgia from Battlefield 2 with Operation Karkand and all those. So yeah, I mean,
Those are great shouts, though.
Yeah, but I think about like all the other games I play, and I'm just like, I mean, I like certain multiplayer maps better than others, but they're not like, I don't really have like solid memories of them.
Like imprinted memories.
Yeah, exactly.
Had a
Yeah.
lot of good LAN memories and local system link memories from Nightfire. Playing with Alex or
Yeah.
playing with my neighbors. And especially on that map, like they had a heat-seeking rocket, which you could literally just guide on your own. And I would
Yeah.
just
Well, is it heat seeking or is it guided?
Guided.
It was guided, but
There
you
we
could also turn on the.
They also had a heat seeking one.
Yeah, well, it was an alternate fire thing.
Whoa. That's
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it was.
expensive
Yeah,
rocket.
you're right. You could switch between
Yeah.
heat seeking and alternate fire.
But
Man, that's sick.
I mean, yeah, I've had some good memories, and I'm sure Michael Robinson's got some good memories with you guys in helicopters.
We
and
did.
goofing
We flew a
around.
lot of helicopters.
And was that the map where was it the 2 aircraft carriers or
That was Wake Island.
Wake Island? Okay.
Well, yeah, there was one aircraft carrier on that
Yeah.
one. But yeah, Carg Island was like you do like the D-Day style landing.
Yep.
And then there's like a warehouse at the end, and you can just demolish everything.
Nick.
Super fun. Yeah, so mine is twofold. I was not allowed to play games like Conker's Bad Fur Day on the N64 when I was little, but if I went over to my friend Zach's house, I could play it, and we played a lot of multiplayer, like couch co-op. And there's one map called Total War, and if you don't know what Conker's Bad Fur Day is, it's a really offensive video game. It's meant to be offensive. They do a lot of like parody of things. The Total War map was like a Nazis versus Jews
Oof.
map. It has not aged well.
No,
and
it hasn't.
little 12, 13-year-old me did not understand the gravity of what I was playing at the time, but it was also just like really, really fun, and we were
Yeah, I bet you liked
we
it.
were too much of like little kids to understand
Well, you weren't
that
that little.
what we were doing was
Sam
really
and I were
offensive.
little kids.
Yeah,
Sam
we
and I
were-
were like 6
Yeah,
years old.
whatever.
You were
None of us were allowed to play it,
Little
but
kids.
we couldn't even comprehend genocide. You were enjoying it.
They also had this map called Raptor where you could be like a velociraptor or you could be
Whoa.
a caveman.
Like Velocipaster?
Well, Yeah, and if you were the caveman, you had to go steal the eggs from the raptors, and if you're raptors, you had to go eat the cavemen, and you could like club baby raptors to death.
Oh, I love asymmetrical stuff like that. I remember.
Yeah, and we were talking about that earlier, asymmetrical maps, and
Right.
like
But
Conker's
even,
Bad
like-
Fur Day multiplayer was all asymmetrical
But
maps.
even like gameplay, like one of the best games I ever played was like the Splinter Cell series,
Mm-hmm.
and particularly some of them, their whole multiplayer thing is like spies versus mercs,
yeah,
where one team has to like.
it's
sneak
like
in.
Assault basically.
Yeah, but they have like completely different skill sets, and like the gameplay's like one. It's like the hunter versus the hunted,
Mhm.
and man, that's so fascinating.
I mean, my favorite like online multiplayer map, or I guess this isn't online, but I guess it was. Yeah, was Blood Gulch on Halo.
Ooh,
Classic.
Yeah.
most iconic multiplayer map of all time.
Really?
Hands
You think
down.
so?
I think so.
I
Yeah.
mean, think of what could possibly compete with that.
Maybe
I don't know. Like, if you
another
say
Halo
Blood
map?
Gulch, most gamers know what that is.
Well, just like think of the image of Blood Gulch. We're probably all thinking of the same image.
I think of the Scorpion.
I think about like looking out into the ocean, and then like you got like the
Ocean.
ravines. Yeah, it's in the back of the base.
All right, never mind. We're all thinking about different things.
Well, I'm thinking.
I retract my statement.
Well,
None
it
of us
depends.
know
It
we're
depends on
talking
what
about.
era of
Yeah,
Halo you're
I'm
talking
thinking
about.
Hemorrhage, which has like a backdrop.
Oh,
Of it.
I just realized all the names are blood based.
Yeah, coagulation. Blood Gulch was Halo 1. Coagulation was.
I don't know.
I don't even know.
What's it in
honestly.
Halo Infinite?
It's not in Halo.
Menstruation. Hey, it's 2021,
Send that
guys.
to the
It's
send that to the
about
devs
time,
right
dude.
now.
It's about time.
They need
That's
it.
incredible.
But yeah, I mean, Blood Gulch is, I mean, red versus blue. I mean, it's just like warthogs, scorpions, banshees, and just
It had everything.
yeah,
Had a little bit of everything. A
Little
little
bit.
something for the kiddies. A little something for the pro gamers.
Little something for the sweat lords.
Yeah,
something for the
exactly.
casuals.
Yeah, some of us just want to drive around in Warthogs, and some guys are like doing 360 no
Yeah,
scopes.
if Alex
off the
Towery wants to drive
canyons
around
with
in a
active
ghost and just
camouflage.
splatter people, he can do it. Yeah.
yeah. But so like I was thinking about like I didn't realize this, but Lockout is my favorite map. It's from,
Lockout.
yeah, it's
and
from Halo 2.
Yeah.
It's actually it's probably one of the most iconic
Which one?
asymmetrical maps.
I don't know.
Which
what
one is that?
So it's the one.
Is that the one with the spinny thing?
No, it's the one that has
What's
the
that one? Zimbabwe.
Oh
Zanzibar.
yeah,
Zanzibar.
Zanzibar.
Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe.
I got a fun story
Both.
about Zanzibar.
Both African.
I like Zanzibar a lot too. Sorry.
But
What were you saying?
so Halo 2 is the one where it's like you're on like a flood like it's a flood containment facility, and it's like
oh
it's icy,
yeah, yeah.
and they have the two towers in the lift,
yeah.
and like
I still don't know what you're talking about, but I don't care to know.
gotcha. But one of my favorite memories from that was like, so at my church we would have church meetings, and then like I always had to go to those, and then some of my friends had to go to them, and then we would always just go into a room and play like a 250 kill game on Lockout.
At church?
Yeah,
An M-rated game at church.
Yeah, we did that
and
too.
you probably
Yeah.
weren't
We'd all
even-
bring our Xboxes and like
You were probably underage.
We're like listening to Linkin Park, killing each
Oh
other.
my god, dude.
Most memorable map. I mean, there's some like Op Metro's got some great memories
Oh yeah.
from Battlefield 3.
Meat grinder, dude.
Meat Grinder, getting blinded by flashlights.
Automatic shotgun frag rounds.
Oh yeah, gotta go with that. And then like I mean like Castle Wars, if you played RuneScape, is a classic map.
yeah.
And
Good thinking. I didn't even think of that.
but I mean I think most people would probably have a Halo map, and like if you told them like top 5 multiplayer maps, they'd probably have at least one Halo map in there. And hopefully Halo Infinite, we can talk about that later.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna talk about that. later.
Gonna have some better maps because there's only 8 of them.
Yeah. It's,
But I mean, for me, I mean this beer, I mean I'm enjoying it, and
it's not the worst IPA I've ever had. And
It's
you
the worst
you
IPA I've
defi-
ever had.
And you definitely can't tell that. Like, I don't think I can tell that it's a double IPA.
I can't.
I can yeah, it's very
I
hoppy.
can't really tell. Yeah.
But I think I mean I kind of know what to expect with the IPA, which I kind of appreciate, and I would give this a 3.5 out of 5 tabs for this. It's not amazing, but it's good, and
I think if you like IPAs, this is going to be really popular
yeah,
for you. Like, if you're an IPA person, you'll really, really like this. So, in that context, I'd probably give it a 3
okay.
out of 5.
And then Websley, what do you?
Oh man, I'm gonna have to give it a 1 out of 5, guys.
Ooh.
I would rather drink a sour over this.
Hey, I got some good sours.
There's a lot of good sours. We love sours.
Sure. I don't like sours, so that is the context.
I mean,
Thanks for explaining that.
Well,
to
we might have new
everybody.
listeners, Nick. Okay. All right. I'm a
If
different
you're a
person
new
every week.
listener,
we should. I mean, you don't like beer, so maybe we should do.
I
some,
do like beer.
You do like beer?
I'm not Joey.
you hate
Okay.
beer.
I,
I'm just kidding.
No, but I'm hip and cool.
We should do.
I'm
Like
bringing
gin or
I'm
something?
bringing the beers next week.
Well,
so
You're bringing the
screw
beers?
you guys.
Okay.
We've agreed that when Joey comes on, we'll do
Gin.
a non-beer drink. Yeah, that was a good question. That what's your favorite map?
Yeah,
Question. I like that a lot.
Please tweet at us at BBB Nick and Sam
Nice.
with your favorite multiplayer map, and we'd love to hear about it, and we'd love to engage with you.
Yes, I want you to know me.
Or if you got some questions about the maps we talked about, I'd love to talk to you about it. So
Wesley wants you to know him.
I want you to
in
know me
the-
very
in
well.
the old
Oh.
historical sense.
Yes, I crave being known.
Yes.
So we watched probably one of the worst movies I've ever seen. In
This
my
is a
entire life.
doozy. Like
It sucked.
when we decided to watch this movie, I did not anticipate it being the experience that it was, because when I was a kid, I watched this movie.
Did you really? You've seen it before.
But I didn't really remember it. Like, I remembered that I watched. I think the only thing I really remembered as a kid was seeing Yoshi and being like, why does Yoshi look like like it's from Jurassic Park? And being super confused, and then kind of not being interested in it because it wasn't like,
I know
The video
Yoshi's
game.
supposed to be cute, man.
yeah.
He does do the tongue thing though.
So you
But
knew
it's not cute.
you knew this movie existed when you were a kid.
Yeah, because I loved Super Mario Brothers.
I wasn't even
And,
a kid when
like-
this movie came out. I didn't exist. So
I was-
that shows you how old Nick is. He's old,
Guys,
people.
I'm 31 years old.
It'll never get old.
And yeah, I just remembered not being interested in it because it didn't look like the video games. And I think that is a perfect segue into talking about how terrible this movie
It's
was.
so bad. We got it. We
Uh,
got onto it because we watched Dune last time. And of course,
We're on a like a double movie kick. Like,
right.
you know, there's a new movie coming out. Let's watch the old one.
Right.
Yeah, we're doing a lot of that.
So hopefully the new Mario movie is better than this, but has Chris Pratt as the lead. So
Has
it's
a
gonna
lot of
be
Who knows?
that's gonna be an
Who
uphill
knows?
battle.
Here's the question: is Chris Pratt our new modern day Bob Hoskins?
I don't know, man.
I feel like he's probably in more A-list movies than Bob Hoskins is.
I don't know.
Nah, dude, don't say that about Garfield, A Tale of Two Kitties, dude. Don't you say that. That movie was a masterpiece.
Bob Hoskins was in some pretty big movies.
In some really dumb movies.
Yeah, he was in some
How did he
pretty
win an
bad stuff,
Oscar,
too.
man?
I don't know.
You wanna,
jeez.
dang, was it for lead actor or was it sport?
I don't know.
You don't know, but I mean, it's still a big
Didn't
deal.
do that part of the research.
No, I just, you kidding me? I just did a Google search.
So I'm just gonna give a quick summary for this movie. So this movie came out in 1993. So
Came out in May of 1993.
The year of our Lord and my birth.
yeah, my birth too. And then it was about 30 years after Nick's birth. But
It never gets old, unlike Nick. He was old.
so Super Mario Bros.
It's
is a
even better
movie-
the second time you made that joke.
Hope everyone's kind of good. Used to it.
It's a story of two plumber brothers named Mario and Luigi Mario, which
I looked that up,
Uh-huh.
and apparently in Italy that is possible because Mario is actually a surname,
Okay.
and then Mario is actually also
Like Wesley.
yeah.
I could
and
be
so
Wesley.
but it's extremely rare
True.
for that to happen, but it is possible. So it's
Well,
canonically correct
any name is
in
possible.
real life. Yeah, what's Elon's kid's name?
Oh, I can't
Epsilon
pronounce that.
ZX.
Yeah,
A-
something Zeta.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's two guys, the Mario brothers, but they're almost nothing like the Mario brothers we know in the games. And at this point, there were 6 video games that had come out.
They are plumbers though.
Yeah, they are plumbers, which is not a big thing in most of the new Mario games. It has like the Super Mario Brothers hasn't even come out for the N64
Was it
yet.
ever a thing?
Like the plumbing part was pretty secondary to everything in
Like
Super
he
Mario
goes in a
Brothers.
pipe. That's about it, right?
Yeah.
He wears
Yeah.
overalls.
He doesn't even ever use like a plunger.
It's mentioned in a few games that early on, but
if you're calling a plumber to use a plunger, dude,
Hey, people are pretty dumb.
that must have been a big old donkey dump he took.
It's a
Oh,
Donkey Kong dunk.
but they live in a they live in a early 90s Brooklyn where Italian Americans are littering the streets of Williamsburg, New York.
Wait.
And like
What?
every single character in the movie is Italian American.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're introduced pretty early on with Peach and Daisy, who Peach is
Peach, isn't it?
yeah, she's Mario's
They don't
girlfriend.
call her Peach.
They don't call her Peach?
She's
No.
not Peach. There's no Peach in the movie.
Yeah,
Really?
there's no
Okay.
Peach.
Yeah, yeah.
My bad, guys. Who is
She's got peaches.
Oh, she's got some peaches.
There's
there is no way that woman would be with Mario.
Okay,
right?
so to give you context, if you haven't watched the movie, you should have already watched the movie by the time you're listening to this podcast. But Peach,
Good luck
or
watching
like
it.
the brunette version of Peach, is with Mario, and she's like a world class, like A++ looking gal, and Mario's like a big bodied, big boned, balding, mustachioed.
Yeah, it does not
Italian
look
Beautiful
American.
does not look like what
He's
Mario should
beautiful
look
in
like.
his own right, but
He
it's
handles
not
the
like he's
pipes
a
pretty
millionaire
well.
that could
Yeah.
like. I mean, yeah, maybe he's laying some pretty big pipe.
He's a plumber.
He's a plumber.
He took that.
Maybe
he took that,
that's the secret.
that
maybe.
mega mushroom, right? That power up,
Oh
man.
gosh.
He's got a big Goomba.
He's got a big Goomba.
Oh, God. The interesting part about this movie is rather than focusing on Mario, they actually focus on Luigi
Right, which was awful.
and his budding relationship with Daisy. And the central thesis of Super Mario Brothers is
Which Daisy's blonde, by the way.
oh yeah, it's like
Like
and she's like a brune.
we'll talk about
Yeah.
it more. Yeah, the whole like characters not looking like what they're supposed to look like is out of control.
Yeah. Basically, the central thesis of the Super Mario Brothers movie is that a meteorite hits Brooklyn 65 million years ago. Instead of vaporizing all the dinosaurs, it actually creates a dimensional rift so that there's two worlds, one with dinosaurs and one without dinosaurs. And on one side of the rift, the humans being descended from apes. On the other side is where Mario and Luigi end up, a world that is ruled by President Koopa, who's also Bowser, who's played by Dennis Hopper, who did a great job in the movie.
Definitely the best actor. in
Definitely
the movie.
the only good actor.
Yeah, 100%. But unlike our reality, where human connection to our ape ancestors is like kind of like non-existent, like Koopa and dinos are very intimately related, and they're basically synchronous relationships. And at one point, Koopa is in control of this world, and he is looking to control the other side of the dimension where the humans are, and he's looking to find this gem so that he can accomplish his goal
And the
of
gem is a piece of the meteorite that got broken off, which
Yeah.
closed the two worlds away
One
from each other.
tiny little piece. The
Yeah,
whole
and-
part of the meteorite.
And the meteorite's gigantic.
Yeah.
And it's
Mhm.
like one little tiny piece that it's like a perfect sphere too. So you're like not even sure how that piece came out. Like you'd have to like carve that thing out. It makes
shot
no
out.
sense.
That's
but-
the only thing that doesn't make sense in this movie, though.
The only thing.
We're nitpicking here.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
nitpicking.
we're being overly critical.
Sorry. Well,
right?
yeah.
We'll let the audience decide.
But Daisy happens to have this last piece of the meteorite, so Koopa is trying to find.
But you're not even
Daisy.
talking about the fact that she was dropped off at
Oh, Daisy
mon-
was dropped off?
a monastery's doorstep.
Oh,
in
yeah.
an egg.
I thought that was
and
Luigi.
The nun, no, that was freaking Daisy.
It makes way more sense because she's part dragon. Or
So
whatever.
the opening scene is when this mysterious lady drops off this like Grogu style package at the doorstep of this monastery, and this nun comes out and looks for like 10 minutes and then finally decides to look down and sees this little egg, and then they hatch a human being out of a dinosaur egg, and they're like, cool, that's
yeah,
normal.
this is totally
And
normal.
we're gonna take care of this baby, and they have this, and this little baby has a crystal, and that's Daisy, and that makes a lot of sense, right?
I watched the movie and I did not catch that.
I wouldn't put it past the Catholic Church, to be honest.
They were very supportive of that.
Yeah. Props to them for just taking it in stride.
Do you guys have a favorite kind of scene from this movie?
There's a lot of good quotes.
Yeah.
I do have a favorite scene, but do we want to finish the summary first, or are we just gonna just go into it?
Yeah,
Let's
sorry, I derailed it. Finish the summary.
Okay, yeah, no more railing on the movie.
But I mean, basically, you know, Mario and Luigi save Daisy and save the world, and that's the end of it.
Yeah, okay. If we read the whole plot to you right now, it would
nice wrap up.
it would make no sense because watching this movie, there is zero plot to it. The whole
No.
overarching thing is they're trying to get Daisy back, and they're trying to get the key back, and the key and Daisy are separate, and they're going through Dino Hatton, which is like
Yeah.
the renamed Mushroom Kingdom or the alternate.
Yeah, it's
reality.
basically Mushroom Kingdom.
Yeah, but
And
it is just a
it's-
nightmare.
It's basically just stream of consciousness. The
It is.
plot.
It is.
And like a stream of consciousness of someone who has ADHD.
Yeah, and I mean, it's pretty apt for the production of it when they had two different directors who didn't discuss creative decisions with each other.
Husband and wife duo.
Wait, there was 2 directors. Which
Right.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So people
Ricky
are just-
Morton was the guy.
getting jerked
and I'll
around.
tell you who the wife was after you.
Oh, is it husband and wife?
A husband and wife duo director.
Dang.
Which is just
It's a bold move.
kind of unheard of. Rocky Morton and Annabelle Jankel.
They didn't have the same last name.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah, probably for
It was
artistic,
that
90s, man.
speaks volumes,
artistic
dude.
differences, you know?
Favorite scene was whenever there's the Goombas who are basically like dinosaurs in suits.
Oh, they're the
And-
worst part, dude.
So if you know Goombas
I got
from
some
Mario
stuff to
Brothers,
say about that.
they're the mushrooms, and you jump on them and they die. But in this one, they're just giant dinosaurs, which they weren't really giant actually. They just had like beefy suits, and they didn't fill them up.
They have beefy suits and the tiniest heads you
Yeah.
can possibly imagine,
The
and they're
Goom-
terrifying.
The Goombas really bothered me in this movie
it makes
because
no sense.
a Goomba is a mushroom
Yeah.
man, and
A mushroom man.
the Goombas in the movie were dinosaur men, and Goombas in the Mario world have big heads, small bodies, and they're mushrooms. And in this movie, they had small heads and big bodies, and they weren't
That's funny.
mushrooms.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll be talking about this whole thing, but this movie really is Super Mario Brothers in name only.
Yep.
Brothers.
Yeah. There is nothing relevant to the
So-
games in this.
So I looked this up, and Nintendo gave them free creative license to do whatever they wanted with this
Which
movie.
is so unlike Nintendo.
I wonder if
right.
they
Like,
This
what
might
the
have
hell
been
were they thinking?
This might have been what made them so
so
protective of their IP.
So you actually aren't wrong, because after this, they've never. I can't remember
Sonic
what
the Hedgehog.
Oh,
This
Nick-
was one of the last. Am I reading ahead too much?
No, just Nick read all the trivia, so he's gonna get all the answers.
I wanted to know more about this movie because it's really
I don't blame
curious.
you. I don't blame you.
But Nintendo didn't make any more live action movies for the next decade because of this movie.
Yeah.
They were like, never again are we ever going to do this.
yeah, there was a Metroid movie in production and it got canceled because how badly this movie did.
Dang, that
So,
sucks.
But I mean, imagine how bad this movie was. Imagine how bad that would have been.
So the budget was $48 million.
Yeah.
and it
Which
only,
is more than Dune.
yeah,
Holy
and it
crap.
only grossed $39 million.
Oh, that's not
Oh.
too bad.
It's
Net loss still, but
it's pretty bad because it's supposed to make a bunch of money,
Yeah, but the accountants
and they lost.
the Hollywood accountants are just like,
Yeah.
they move a couple zeros around. Everyone still gets paid. They get a huge tax break for their next movie.
pretty much.
So this was supposed to be classified as a dark comedy.
What?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
isn't that weird?
Okay. I mean,
It wasn't funny.
No,
it
was
wasn't
kind of dark.
Yeah.
it was kind of dark, but not in a good way.
There was a lot of plumbing in this movie, which I thought was pretty funny because there was always a plumbing problem that Mario and Luigi were like, "We gotta solve this," and they would do something.
I thought that was innuendo.
Oh, it definitely was, and
There's
There was a lot of innuendo.
there's an
in this
uncomfortable
movie.
amount of sexual tension in this
Yeah.
movie. Like when Bowser flicks his little dinosaur tongue at Daisy.
There's a lot of creepy,
gosh, that was
rapey
so
stuff
disgusting.
going on.
Yeah. I don't know how that flew.
it was the '90s.
It was the 90s.
A lot of
To
things
give you-
flew in the '90s.
To give you
Sexual harassment didn't exist back
to
then.
give you
Oh,
historical
gosh.
context as to how much people didn't really care about stuff. The World Trade Center bombings were in February of 1993. This movie was released a month and 2 days later, and one of the pivotal scenes is the World Trade Center dissolving at the end of the movie when the worlds are merging together, and people did not care at all about that, and they just left it in. They didn't cut it. They didn't.
No.
They weren't like, maybe people will be offensive or shocked from this. They just left it in.
But then all of a sudden 9/11 happens and all of a sudden we care.
Yeah,
You can't joke
apparently.
about the World Trade Center anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah, we paused it at that scene.
we had to watch it again because
I
we
was-
weren't sure if
it
that
was
was real.
unbelievable.
Shocked.
Yeah,
Because when the worlds merge, it makes no sense because they put the meteorite back together and that's like what King Koopa wants, to merge the world so he can rule it all. but for some reason only him and Mario like transferred to the new world, and they do like this weird
Yeah.
particle effect.
It
And then in
only-
the new world, the trade center particles away, but that's the only thing that particles away. So it's like very intentional.
It only phases out the things that matter to the plot.
Yeah, but that's interesting you point that out because it phases out completely stupid stuff because there is no plot.
Right,
Oh,
exactly.
yeah. But
It's all arbitrary.
it also, I feel like the main thing that I was like, I didn't understand the connection with the dinosaurs because in the only thing in
What are you talking about?
the only thing in Super Mario Brothers game is Yoshi. That's a dinosaur.
You don't think Koopas are dinosaurs? You don't think Bowser's a
Yeah,
dinosaur?
they're like dinosaurs.
They're like
No, Super Mario World had dinosaurs.
they're more like to me they're more like turtles than they're dinosaurs.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's not like an important plot piece in the Super Mario world.
Yeah.
Like it is important, but it's not like what makes or breaks the Mario world.
Yeah.
You know, they could have picked anything,
But also I mean like the
and they did.
so they're in the Mushroom Kingdom, and like so the mushrooms are the good guy, and it's like helping Mario and Luigi.
Primordial
The fungus.
slime.
It's
Yeah,
the fungus.
The fungus.
The Koopa cum.
Oh
The
gosh.
Koopa Cup.
But yeah, that was my. I mean, like, I love dinosaurs, and like
I
was
love
like,
I love mushrooms.
We know
Yeah.
you do.
and Super Mario Bros. Is like known as one of the best games of all time. Like it was like revolutionized platforming, and like one thing that I thought was really funny is like with Mario Brothers you jump a lot, and then there was that one scene where this is when Mario and Luigi discovered the dimensional rift, and then Mario's like, I don't want to jump, and like
Gosh.
and like it's like this is like the one
That
thing
was
that
terrifying, dude.
dude like
When
this is,
Daisy's face comes out of that wall.
it was pretty terrifying, but
It
like
was really creepy.
this is like I don't think like the directors or the writers played Super Mario Brothers, even though it's like one of the
See-
most iconic platforming games and one
I mean,
of the most
it's-
iconic games of all
It's
time.
it's probably the most famous video game franchise of all
Yeah,
time.
100%.
So I was reading that one of the criticisms during release of this movie was that they tried too hard to be like the original Mario video games.
Wait, what?
That was the original criticism of the movie. And what
Like the original script or the original, like the movie?
the movie. And
What?
there's zero like the only thing in this movie that resembled the game was 66 minutes into the movie, almost 2/3 into the movie, Mario and Luigi finally wear red and green uniforms.
And there's been so many opportunities for them to do that before that.
Like even the bombs.
Oh,
What do they call them?
Bomb bombs. What
They
is
called them
is
something else.
Is it bomb bombs or bombs?
It's bombs.
No, it's
I think
bomb bombs.
I think it's bomb bombs.
No, it's bomb bombs.
Okay.
Bombs.
Blah blah blah.
Even those didn't look like the ones in the video game. So like
that was the
they,
that
they
was
had
the
full
funniest
creative
moment of the movie
license
for
and
me.
nothing looked like anything.
That was the funniest moment of the movie for me though. When throughout the movie, like the whole
They
city
said
is,
bombs so many times.
yeah, the whole movie they're like going through the city, like Luigi and Mario are running from the cops and like trying to find stuff, and the fungus is like guiding them and protecting them, and it's just like all over the city. It's like this weird,
Koopa Cup.
yeah, Koopa Cum. And it's dropping these little like clues and stuff for them, and it keeps trying to give them this little toy bomb, which if you play the games is like a classic cartoony like bomb with the little wick coming out. And they finally take it, and in the final battle they pull it out, and it's like this tiny little wind up toy. You know, like those little things that walk, like you wind them up and it walks like a toy, and it's just a bomb. And they're struggling to fight Bowser, and Mario pulls this out, and as soon as he pulls it out, everyone freaks the heck out, dude.
Like
Some
it's a
guy
nuclear
goes,
bomb.
Some
Yeah.
guy goes, he's got a bomb, and they all start like running away, and he like winds up, he puts it on the ground, and it just starts slowly like teetering over.
It's like a 6 or 7 minute sequence
Yeah.
of the bomb not exploding.
yeah, it's like it's so weird. He puts it down, and it was like a joke because it starts slowly walking towards him, and then it just falls in a grate.
And then it walks up a wall,
yeah.
upside down.
When I was watching this,
The
with these
Reebok
boys,
sneakers.
that made the movie for me. Like it would have been a complete travesty, but that made it at least enjoyable for a moment. I could not stop cracking up. There's a whole other fight scene while this thing is slowly making its way over, and then it blows up. But people freak out when he pulls it out.
Yeah, I mean, whenever I was watching this movie, I like thought about kind of like other video game movies, and like I've heard that Pikachu movie that came out recently is pretty good, but like
Detective
Detective
Pikachu.
Pikachu?
It was good.
like I had like couldn't I mean like for me like I mean like I
That
think
was actually the next live action Nintendo
Yeah,
movie made
gotcha.
after this.
Oh crap!
Yeah,
Dang.
26 years later.
Yeah.
Holy
That's
crap.
how long they were like,
That's
no
how
movies.
Yeah, they're so traumatized from this movie. They're like, fuck no, we're not doing this
Yeah.
again.
But like, I feel like video game movies are notorious for just being awful. And I
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, it's because Yui Bowl directed half of them.
oh,
Has anyone seen the League of Legends show that came out?
no, I have not.
I
Not a
haven't
nerd.
either. I was just curious about it.
It looks. I mean, it looks. I mean, yeah, it's.
I mean, it's what, like
entertaining.
anime?
Yeah, it's like anime.
I mean, Pokemon had the Pokemon movies.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those
but
are pretty good.
Those were great.
Yeah.
There's some the first couple.
You
of
got
them
a
were, like,
card every time you
nostalgia.
went to see it in theaters.
Wait,
Really? What?
I was
Yeah,
too
I got
young
like
to
a
see it in
special edition
theaters.
Mew card when I went to see it.
Yeah,
The heck were y'all doing?
I
as
only watched
kids?
them at
I was in
home.
diapers, man.
I was living my best life.
I know.
But I mean, like, I feel like I had a headache in the middle of this movie, and like, I was just like, please just be over. And
Yeah,
like,
I was seriously regretting joining the podcast watching this.
there's a lot of remorse with this movie, and I don't know about you guys, but like, I kind of just want to like not talk about it anymore.
No, we have to talk
No,
about it
we got
more.
some more to say. We
have more to say.
Let's get on to the trivia, Wes.
Oh wow, okay. Jump
Well,
right in.
we actually need. Should we do the rating before or after the trivia?
Before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
trivia.
let's go ahead and do our rating, and then we'll do the trivia.
Sounds.
We've
Okay.
talked about all this beforehand, guys. We're a professional podcast. We
Oh,
know
yeah.
what we're doing.
Oh, 100%. All right, Nick, lead us off.
Remind me what our rating scale is.
It's your.
Just give it a.
Oh,
number.
it's
It's F-
ABC. Yeah,
F
yeah,
to S tier.
yeah. Okay. It's not better than Dune 1984,
No, it's not.
so it's an F
Yeah.
for me. It's an F. It's freaking bad, is what it is.
Yeah, it's an F tier for me. Like, if there's a lower tier, I would give it that.
There is a lower tier. It's F minus,
Yeah.
which is what I'm going to give it. It's an F.
So
minus.
in the F tier category, it's lowest.
It's this. I mean, I've only been on
Don't
the
watch
podcast
this
a few
movie, guys.
episodes. Like,
No, you need to watch it so
no,
that you
don't
can
watch
understand
it.
our
No,
pain
Don't.
and
If
suffering.
you want to see,
Watch a
recap.
Yeah, watch a recap.
yeah,
Do an honest trailer. Watch the honest trailer. It's a
Oh
good
my
one.
Everything wrong with Super Mario's brother movie.
Yeah. There actually
Cinema
is-
Sins.
There's actually a documentary about the making of this movie, which I'm actually kind of interested to see. Like, because I mean,
I'm sure that's interesting.
and like just because I mean, I was looking at kind of like the IMDb history for some of the directors and writers, and basically there was a void after this movie, and
Like in general,
yeah,
they all got whacked off.
just like a vortex
yeah,
of
they prob-
pain and suffering.
pretty much. I mean, I'm sure a lot of them are probably like doubting their careers and like what they're doing. But
Bob Hoskins was like,
what have I done?
yeah, what have I done?
I don't know. Did he went on to go be in the Garfield movie? And what was the other one?
This paved the way for that.
Oh,
You
my
know it
God.
did. Like he would have never have done the Garfield movie.
I
if
feel
it
like
weren't
I'd
for
rather
this.
watch the Garfield movie.
Let's watch that next.
No.
We should watch, yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
we
watch
do
the
need.
other
We
cast
do need
movie.
to do a comedy. I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, this movie was an F minus for me. I don't recommend it at all. Whether you're a fan of bad movies or a fan of Super Mario Brothers, there's no redeeming qualities to it.
Oh,
I mean, there
that's
is-
not true. You got
There's
to
a
watch
funny
it.
9/11 joke in there. So if you're edgy like me, you might get a
9/11
chuckle.
hadn't
Nine-
even happened yet.
If you
It was
like
already. It was
bad
already planned,
movies-
Sam. It was already planned.
If you like bad movies, it's worth. Oh, nice. It's worth watching. It. You know, this movie actually was up for a pretty serious award.
Really?
What,
Yeah.
a Razzie?
What,
It
like,
was one of
worst
4
movie of
Disney
all time?
films under consideration for best visual
Yeah,
effects.
I did see
Hold
that.
up. It
At
was
the
a Disney movie?
66 Academy Awards. Of the 4, the Academy ultimately nominated Nightmare Before Christmas,
Oh,
which also
yeah.
came out in 1993. Did you know a week
It's a
after this
banger of a
movie, Jurassic Park came out?
Huh.
No way. 2 dinosaur movies in 1 week.
Yeah.
What was up with the 90s, dude?
I don't know.
People were
Isn't that
raging
wild?
for dinosaurs.
One of the worst movies of all time, and also one of the best movies of all time, came out in the same week.
I feel like the Yoshi animation they did, or if it was like actual effects, was actually
Yeah,
really
It
good.
was
was
a bunch
a-
of wires.
It was a
Much wires.
practical prop, yeah.
Dang, they did a great job with
It
that.
was a sin, the fact that Yoshi wasn't in the movie more, because
Mhm.
that was actually a pretty cool part.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
wasn't bothered by like the ultra realistic Velociraptor Yoshi. Like I was
True.
okay with that.
I was bothered by everything in the film.
He did try to eat someone, which is
Pretty cool.
That was sick.
I was kind of terrified, honestly. Like,
Yeah, this movie's a little freaky, man. Like the de-evolution machine.
oh gosh, yeah.
Isn't it? And it's like the whole plot of it is like Koopa can evolve and de-evolve people. Like yeah,
make you smarter, make
he
you dumber.
constantly like calls the humans like dirty mammals and like all these other things. But yeah, he can make
They're
these
all like
dinosaur
lizard people.
They're all lizard
Yeah.
people, but they look like humans. But some of them are like partially de-evolved, and like the Goombas are like one of the lowest forms.
Yeah,
But you go even lower, and they just turn into
slime.
what is it called? Like
Primordial
soup.
slime. Yeah.
Yeah, just like gunk. But for some reason, he could de-evolve the last king so much he turns into a mushroom, which
I went into a big rabbit hole of single-celled organisms and multi-celled organisms after this movie.
mushrooms did not evolve into dinosaurs. And well, first of all, dinosaurs didn't exist. They're a lie that people believe
Whoa.
because they're weak. Yeah, there's no proof
Heartbreak.
of dinosaurs. That's the lie. That's a lie of Satan.
For our new
Oh,
listeners, Weebly is a very
Websley.
big.
I'm a very devout.
Websley is a very
Christian.
big conspiracy theorist.
No, I'm a devout Christian, and the Earth was created 6,000 years ago. Yeah, whatever. We'll get into that in another podcast.
I believe in dinosaurs.
Yeah, but
I seen one.
yeah, I just don't get what was up in the 90s
Alligators.
and why they went with, like Sam said, the dinosaur angle for this movie. Like they were warring with wanting to make like an adult film and the kids movie at the same time, but it's absolutely nothing to do with Mario Brothers aside from having a guy named Mario and a guy named Luigi and a girl named Daisy. That's the only thing it has in common.
True.
And the green and red suit.
Yeah, but like if it wasn't a Mario and Luigi attached to that, like any character could be wearing green
Yeah,
and red.
I mean they didn't have like an M and an L on their hats.
No, Luigi wore his hat backwards.
Yeah,
That's how you know he was cool.
yeah, yeah.
But, I mean, they took too many creative liberties with this, and they probably should have stuck with the Super Mario Brothers formula, which was, I mean, I feel like it'd be hard to do. I mean, I'm interested to see what the Chris Pratt movie is going to be like, because
I thought it was gonna be live action. It's gonna be animated.
it is okay.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna be for the best, but I'll
I
love
think
to
it
see
is animated. Yeah,
Do you think Chris Pratt's gonna appropriate an Italian accent?
I'll be very offended. I'll be writing a
Yeah.
letter.
How do you guys
to
feel
Nintendo.
about non-ethnic people playing ethnic roles?
define those terms.
Like a person of an ethnic group of a certain.
What about like a British person playing an American person?
Yeah, I don't
well,
really care.
I don't think those are ethnic groups.
I don't really care if the actor can sell the character. Then it doesn't really matter. I mean, you have black people playing Hamilton in the show Hamilton, and like that's fine. So I don't really care if other people play other people. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if you just are responsible and do your due diligence, then you should.
Do your research. Be honoring of what you're doing. It's fine.
Yeah.
There's like really good actors that can play their own ethnic character too. So
Yeah.
like that should also be taken into consideration. But honestly, if it's really good, if it's really well done, then so be it.
Agreed. Wes, you got some trivia for us?
I do. Cue the theme music.
Shout out to Tom for it smelling like scallops in here and fish
Yeah,
and Brussels sprouts.
Brussels sprouts.
Thanks, Tom. Appreciate you.
Yeah, I'm a stinky, stinky boy. All right. Speaking of stinky stuff, you guys ready for some stinky trivia?
I love stinky trivia.
Alright.
I love dank trivia, skunky
This is
trivia.
Drinking dank beer, watching dank movies, and dank trivia. All right. First question. Stars Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo were reportedly furious while making the movie, as the script was constantly being changed and rewritten, and the two directors were reportedly extremely difficult to work with. Hoskins and Leguizamo coped by doing what? A. Getting very, very drunk during filming. B. Ad-libbing obscenity to random scenes. C. Playing Super Mario World on breaks. Or D. Roughhousing the Gooba costumes between takes.
Oh man.
I really like D,
Yeah.
but it's the 90s. It's definitely A. I also know that the actor that played Luigi was a raging alcoholic.
What
So
was the
it
B
has
again?
to be A.
B was ad-libbing obscenity to random scenes.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with A.
The correct answer is A. These
Sweet.
guys were
Oh, we
when they
finally
realized,
got one right.
yeah, when they
Oh,
realized the
thank
movie was going
goodness.
to turn out bad,
Cheers.
they just
Cheers.
got
Oh, cheers to
raging
that.
drunk,
This is the third episode, and we finally gotten one right.
which might have contributed to why they were not as good of actors as
Yeah,
the
Bob
other guy.
Hoskins was punching below his weight with his
he didn't
performance.
Mario didn't have as big, like Sam said, Luigi was like the main character. Mario really didn't have a
He was
lot.
support.
Yeah. The opposite of the games. All right, next question. All right, so that's a point for both you guys.
Fantastic.
The directors were, this is just a fun fact. We already talked about it. The directors were a husband-wife duo that rarely spoke about their creative changes, and they jerked production around. They also wanted a more adult film, while the studio wanted it to remain child-friendly, landing in production hell.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I actually was reading that Ricky Morton, or whatever his name was, got locked out of the production room, and they wouldn't let him in.
Oh my gosh.
Because it got to such a bad point where they're like, no, you can't edit film anymore.
Yeah. Bob Hoskins got so pissed that he spent like 3 hours one day just like he called the wife a very bad word. A very bad word.
I can see Bob Hoskins doing
and
that.
just railed on him for 3 hours, delaying the Koopa bedroom scene. So good for him.
What? Oh,
The one where
that
he
scene.
sexually harasses Daisy.
Yeah, that's pretty
He's
bad.
like, "Oh, you can be my queen." He goes,
Yeah. I remember
and his little
that.
dinosaur tongue flick out, and she's like, "Oh my God, you're a dinosaur!" And he's like, "Yeah, you're a dinosaur too." And she's like, "No." He's
Yeah.
like, "You want me to show your father?" Like,
It's a
show
very
your
Star
father?
Wars-esque
Yeah, and he
twist.
takes- he
Like,
takes
I'm
her
your
to, like,
father.
You think of her father instead of like a print and carbonite, it's just like a goopy fungus ball sack dripping from the ceiling, and she's like, "Oh, Daddy, I don't like." She's not freaking out that she's like her dad is like this weird pus ball.
Mushroom man.
Yeah, it's like she's like enamored with this pus ball. She's like, "Oh, my dad, like I'm gonna save
Yeah.
you."
Like this is the father figure I've always
I know,
needed
like
in my
literally
life.
12 hours before, she was eating spaghetti with Luigi and
Spaghetti.
in Brooklyn. Oh man, the 90s, man. All right. Which actor was not considered for King Koopa, aka Bowser? A. Arnold Schwarzenegger, B. Danny DeVito, C. Michael Keaton, or D. Kevin Costner?
I'm going to go C.
It's Danny DeVito
The correct answer is Danny DeVito.
because he's a Mario person. If Danny
Yeah.
DeVito played anyone in the film, it'd be
It'd be
Mario.
Mario,
Yeah.
yeah.
For sure.
I would have loved to seen Arnold as King Koopa.
Yeah.
I couldn't see Michael Keaton or Kevin Costner though.
That
Yeah,
would have been
we-
incredible to have Arnold Schwarzenegger as King Koopa.
Yeah, we just watched Jingle All the Way with Andrew the other day.
That's
Solid.
a great film.
Solid.
Yeah, that's a
I love
real-
Sinbad, dude.
That's a really good movie.
It is. I mean, it was cheesy. Like watching it back, like I didn't like it as much as when I watched it as a
Yeah,
kid.
but it's a classic.
it is.
It's rewatchable.
It is rewatchable. Everybody wanted to have Turbo Man, but I digress.
I want Turbo Man.
I'm a Turbo Man, if you know what I mean. Which actor was not considered for Mario? A. Tom Hanks, B. Danny DeVito, C. Robert De Niro, or D. Bruno Kirby?
I don't know who Bruno Kirby is.
I'm going to go A. Tom Hanks.
I'm gonna go with Tom Hanks as well.
The correct answer is Robert De Niro.
Oh yeah.
Tom Hanks was not
Gosh.
considered a profitable actor at the time due to his recent flop of Turner and Hooch and some Joe Volcano movie that I couldn't remember the name of.
Yeah. Gosh, Danny what was his name?
Robert De Niro.
Robert Danny DeVito, Robert De Niro. Same thing.
I would have loved to seen Danny DeVito as Mario, but he turned it down because the script was not finished.
He's actually Italian
sense.
too.
He's also small. But crazy to think Tom Hanks wasn't considered profitable at the time.
Wasn't he considered for Luigi?
He was a pretty new actor at this
No, I
point.
think it might have been Luigi.
I may have read that somewhere.
No, it might have been. I think the fact I read was Mario, but maybe I got it mixed up. When did Forrest Gump come out? 1996.
I don't know.
Probably around there.
Was that
yeah.
is that his big hit? Like his first big hit?
Yeah, he was in stuff before that, but that was like where he was like people were like, oh wow, this guy could be the next like big actor.
Yeah.
It was like that in Castaway. And
They
then
saw
also-
him play a mentally handicapped kid, and they were like,
Yeah.
"This guy can act."
Well, he was in Big. What was it?
Yeah, was it? Or I don't think it was big, but
I don't know. I can't remember what it's called. It's the opposite of the, in whatever. All right, next question. The de-evolution gun used at the end of the movie is a modified version of what? A World War II M18 recoilless rifle prop gun. B. Super Nintendo's Super Scope light gun accessory for the SNES. C. Cardboard toilet paper and paper towel tubes. Or D. Bowsette's sex toys.
Well, it's definitely not D because Bowsette is a 2019 thing. It's definitely B because I recognize the gun in the movie
yeah, it's B.
because I'm old.
You are old. Yeah, I didn't know what that was. That's the gun that's like in Super Mario's or Super Smash Bros. Melee.
Yeah,
That gun. I didn't know
Yeah.
that was a real thing.
it
So
is.
that is the correct answer. And they did a good job modifying it.
They
I
did.
thought it did look a lot like
it's
a
kind of
recoilless
hard
rifle.
to spot, but yeah, once you see it, you can't unsee it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what was our scores? You guys
You're up one, I
Use
think.
2 to 1?
3-2?
I got 3.
3?
I got 3.
Yeah,
3 to 2?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I think I get 1 point for being so smart.
You're
Bob
definitely
Hoskins.
winning.
I always win in the end. Bob Hoskins broke his finger during filming, requiring a flesh-colored cast for the rest of the movie. Which scene caused him to break his finger? A. Luigi closing the plumbing van door on his finger. B. During the police car chase. C. The mattress luge with the Brooklyn Babes and Goombas. They are actually called the Brooklyn Babes. Or D. The jump shoes breaking the glass ceiling of the nightclub.
All those are ridiculous except for A, so I'm gonna go with A.
What was A and B again?
A is Luigi closing the plumbing van door on his finger, and B was the police car chase.
I'm going to go with C because the C scene was amazing.
C scene was amazing. The correct answer is A.
Dang.
He broke the Luigi guy, I can't remember his name, broke his finger, and Bob Hoskins got really mad and swore a bunch, and then he immediately forgave him, so he's a sweetheart. But yeah,
I didn't notice he was wearing a cast.
yeah, it was like flesh colored. They did a really good job of hiding
I
it.
had no idea.
Yeah, I don't know if it was like a full.
Did you
like,
guys see it?
finger
I didn't
cast?
see it, yeah.
Dude, I was not paying attention to this movie. Dude.
I had no idea he was wearing a cast the whole time.
Yeah, similarly, Luigi, the actor, also broke his leg after being hit by a car
Oh my
on set,
gosh.
That's a serious injury.
allegedly due to his heavy drinking, and his cast is visible in some scenes.
Interesting.
So they both got broke. But yeah, it was interesting you mentioned the mattress scene, Sam, where they're, Mario and like all the hotties are flying down the pipe and then the Goombas chase them. In between takes of that, the actors thought they weren't going fast enough, so they loosened a safety wire.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my god.
And they filmed it in an old cement factory. And because of that, like when they shot out at the end of the tube, like I can't remember what happened. They got wrecked by flying into a bunch of concrete.
Oh dang.
Bob Hoskins said they were like feet away from falling like 20 feet
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I've
into,
heard that,
into a
like-
pit.
I've heard that a lot of people were hurt during the filming of this movie,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
like in not just physical ways, which yeah, that's why I want to know what that documentary, because like people were like, there's like a lot of dirty
Some
laundry,
serious
with
emotional
this,
trauma.
It hurt
with
me in
this
my
movie.
special place.
And I think I feel like it's just like a train wreck of a movie. And
I felt stupider after I watched that movie.
yeah, I definitely agree.
I'm
with
really
that.
good for like wasting time, but this is the one that like actually made me regret it.
True.
All right. Bob Hoskins allegedly did not know who Mario was, let alone the video game franchise. He just wanted a quick paycheck. He only found out who Mario was after what incident? A. He stumbled upon crew members playing Super Mario Bros. On a studio monitor. B. He received a love letter from a female fan asking if she could be his Peach and to save her from her castle. C. His son asked him what he was working on currently and gushed when Hoskins told him Mario Bros. Or D. Nintendo approached him before filming and asked him to grow the signature mustache to resemble the video game character.
Oh man.
I'm gonna go with D.
Yeah, it's gotta be D.
The correct answer is C. His son asked him what
Oh,
he was
wow.
working on currently and told him when Hoskins told him Mario
Oh,
Brothers.
that's wholesome.
It was very wholesome. So his son liked it. Sadly enough, when Dennis Hopper, the guy that played King Koopa, did the film, he had a 6-year-old son at the time, and he said, his son said to him, "Dad, I think you're probably a pretty good actor, but why did you play that terrible guy, King Koopa, in the Super Mario Bros.?" And Dennis Hopper said, "Well, Henry, I did that so you could have shoes." And his son replied, "Dad, I didn't need shoes that badly."
Oh my god.
Ooh, the burn.
And there's the emotional trauma.
Yeah, which is sad because Dennis Hopper's the best actor in the movie.
Yeah, he's by far
I
the
mean,
most.
he might not be the best actor, but he had the best performance, I should say.
Yeah. You paid attention when he was on the screen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was scary. A couple other fun facts. Couldn't figure out how to make trivia out of them. The fungus in some scenes is pre-digested Rice Krispie treats.
Oh, it does not look
Ooh.
like that.
What does it look like?
It looks very liquidy and gooey.
Yeah, I mean, imagine like
I mean, Rice
chewing
Krispie,
up a
Rice
and
Krispie doesn't jiggle when you shake
in
it.
some scenes. Some of
Okay.
it's like cobwebs and other stuff is like jelly.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Gross.
Dino Hatton's set, where we were talking about before with the pipe, was created in an abandoned cement factory outside of Wilmington, North Carolina,
No way.
and it was notoriously dangerous. The Yoshi puppet was capable of making 64 separate movements due to 200 feet of cable crammed inside its 3-foot-tall structure. In all, no less than 9 puppeteers were used to operate the Yoshi puppet, and that's a lot of numbers. So I guess that means it was pretty complicated.
Yeah. And it was kind of the best part of the movie, and it was like the least used part of the movie.
I know, man. I love Yoshi. I wish he made the noise that he makes.
Yoshi.
No, the like ba-dum, bop.
That was a great game on the N64.
It's a
Yoshi's
great game
World.
for any system.
I never played any of the Yoshi games.
It's really
He's a good
fun.
character in the Smash Bros. Series, though. I like pooping people out off the side of the map with my eggs. And last but not least, we already talked about it. After the film bombed at the box office, Nintendo stopped producing live-action theatrical films based on their video game franchises for 26 years. A Metroid film was canceled, and the streak was only broken when Detective Pikachu was released to improved critical and commercial success. And it was a good movie.
I have not
Not the
seen
best.
Detective
It's
Pikachu.
not the best.
Ryan Reynolds, man.
Is
Ryan
it good?
Reynolds great.
Is it
Yeah,
worth
I'm
seeing?
not like a
I
huge
haven't seen it.
Pokemon fan. There's some nostalgia to it, but it was entertaining. I watched it on a plane, so I guess I was a captive
That's
audience.
Such a plain movie. Like I feel like I would
You know
watch.
he has
Super
his
Mario
own
Brothers.
like phone company, Ryan
Yeah.
Reynolds.
He's
Isn't that
got, like, a
crazy?
few- he's
He's
got a
like
few
into
things.
a bunch of shit.
He owns like a Wales football team with
Yeah,
the
he
guy
d-
from It's Always Sunny.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Rob
Rob McElhenney.
Hmm?
McElhenney.
McElroy.
McElhenney.
I don't know what his name is.
McElhenney.
Ryan
Oh, there we go.
Reynolds is the best marketer of all time.
He's pretty good.
Bold claim.
Bold claim.
That was great trivia.
I'm glad. I was really
I'm-
scraping the bottom of the
I'm
barrel.
so
for
glad
that.
I got some right this time.
Yeah, Nick did his research because
I did do research.
I mean,
this
when I
time.
was doing the trivia, like researching this one, like I don't know what was going on, but like every third fact was just talking about like how everyone hated each other, and I was like,
Oh gosh.
I can't really make this that difficult. Like it was obvious the production was crap and no
Yeah.
one knew what they were doing.
Not Super Mario
Yeah,
Brothers, the game. 'cause,
I just
like,
feel bad thinking about it. Like I feel like a worse person for watching it. And I
Yeah.
rarely regret anything.
I'm okay with it.
God, you're so crazy, Nick. Just wild.
The little 15 minutes that I enjoyed, I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
the first
there
30 minutes was like, oh wow.
There
Like,
was like 8/10 of the movie through. Nick and I were like, yeah, finally it's getting good.
Yeah,
It's
like,
getting
this is the
good.
best movie
There were,
ever.
Like, there were like actually funny lines. Like it felt like
Yeah.
coherent, and then for some reason it just like went back to being trash.
Yeah, they I don't know. And I'm certain that they cut out some really good stuff. Because if they had
I could see it.
like if they had that little 15 minute of really quality funny stuff, they cut out. Actually, it was supposed to be over a 2-hour movie and they cut out like
thank goodness.
45
Yeah,
minutes
dude,
to an
thank
hour worth of
God.
content.
Thank
Thank
God.
God.
See, they just cut out the wrong stuff. That's
I
what
don't
they
know.
did.
I do not know.
I don't know if there was. Yeah.
They probably could have cut out some more.
Yeah.
They
Cut out the
they
whole
kept
movie.
in some bad stuff.
Wash
sure.
the budget.
Whew. Well,
Right.
that's Super Mario Brothers,
Yeah.
1993.
It was a little bit more incoherent than normal, but it's because it was an incoherent movie and we didn't
Yeah.
want to talk about
Yeah.
it.
I
And
mean,
you shouldn't watch it.
It's no joke that the plot is just non-existent.
It's non-existent.
Yeah.
It is one scene after another,
pretty tough
non
to keep up
sequiturs.
with.
You have no idea what's going on.
And knowing stuff about the Mario world doesn't help you
No.
because it doesn't pull from anything.
Not at
Um,
all. That Big Bertha lady, remember her?
Oh, I
Yeah.
loved
I learned
her.
she was that's a character
Yeah.
in Mario Brothers,
Yeah,
but it's a
I like her.
fish.
She's great.
She had a big bosom.
There was actually a lot of I mean there was like subtle thing references to like very small things. Which
Toad was great. Toad was a great character.
yeah.
He was only in it for like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
We have to rate the movie, Nick.
Yeah,
Oh, we
have to
did.
read
Oh, we
them.
did.
We
That's
did,
right.
yeah.
I forgot because
F minus
Yeah.
tier.
it was so
the
forgettable.
lowest. This is like the lowest rated movie I've ever.
Yeah, I'd rather watch Dune again.
I don't know. 10,000 BC was pretty bad.
It was very bad, but I didn't have a headache during that movie.
Okay, that's fair.
The only thing is 10,000 BC was a longer movie, so that's the only thing.
That's
like,
why it was so bad. Is because it was like extended suffering.
This movie felt longer than Dune to me, and Dune is 2.5 hours, and this was like what, an hour and 45.
Yeah, but the thing about Dune actually had some things that was like actually like pretty good creatively, and then like it did have a good like it had a somewhat coherent plot, but they were just doing too much with too little time.
Yeah, there was nothing good in this movie.
No,
Nothing creative, just random.
other than like 3 lines, and I don't even remember them. So that's
I
what.
don't remember them either, but I remember them being very funny.
I think it was just they were funny in juxtaposition to the rest of the film.
That's a good point.
But I mean, I know I'm playing a lot more video games, and like mainly just because. So Tuesday, I think it was Tuesday, which was the 20th anniversary for Xbox. Happy anniversary to Xbox. Which
Happy
also
birthday.
20th anniversary for Halo 1, which is one of the
Sponsor
greatest games
us.
of all time.
Happy birthday.
Please. 343 Industries, the developers for Halo Infinite and other Halo games, they announced that they're gonna launch their multiplayer early, which was people like there was a press release or not there was a leak for like, oh, like this is gonna be announced that this game comes out early. And I was like, I don't believe it. And then it did. It got.
You didn't believe it at all.
I didn't believe it at all, which I think made it better. And it's been pretty fun. There's some things that no game's perfect, but like I'm having a good time. And
Yeah, I mean, Sam and I played a lot, and we're waiting for Wes to build his computer so he can play with us.
Yeah.
It's really good.
yeah, I mean, it's very. I mean, I feel like the developers are. So I mean, I follow a lot of people on Twitter that are involved with like development of the game, and also like just kind of on a professional level with Halo. And there's a lot of things as far as like settings and kind of just quality of life stuff that like the Halo community's been kind of like asking for, like just certain things like ranked playlists, just kind of some customization things and some balance with some guns. And yeah, the developers are listening and they're responding to feedback, and I really appreciate it. And I feel like the main thing is like, yeah, it's like we want to have that kind of, cause yeah, like Halo's such a classic game, and it's like very iconic and kind of its like its maps and its gameplay, and like just like the objectives. And I feel like, yeah, the main thing that I really like about Halo is just like, yeah, like playing a CTF map on Blood Gulch. Like that's something I'm gonna remember for the rest of my life. And like I think that Halo Infinite's gonna have that as far as just kind of like bringing kind of the classic, but also like having kind of a modern twist on it where there's kind of like some more like advanced movement.
Yeah, I mean, it's really interesting, right? Because, you know, Halo is a pretty special franchise, and they're being very slow to release more and more content, which is fine, I think, because, you know, they're taking a lot of game developers are doing that, like Battlefield developers are doing that, where they're, you know, they're putting the game out and they'll fix a bunch of stuff later and make people love it even more. And I think Halo's taking a similar approach, but I think they've done a little bit better where they've released it in a version that people really love, but still have a bunch of criticisms of. And I think for me, the fact that you can't search a game based on the game type or the, you know, map type, that's pretty critical. And but I think, you know, they've released it so early. I think they just want people to play it and give it a chance.
Yeah.
So I think I'm okay.
Dude.
I think I'm more okay with it with 343 doing it than Battlefield developers doing it, if that makes sense. I think I feel more confident that they're going to make it a more complete experience and put everything out there that we want.
I'm interested to see if they release like so like the multiplayer is in a beta state right now, which a lot of games are in beta states, like Fortnite, which I'm not sure if they actually released the full game, but like there's a lot of like battle royale games that were like, hey, this is a beta version of the game that never actually went through as far as like a full published, like, hey, this is it, we're just gonna patch stuff. So I'm interested to see if, like, you know, December 8th when the campaign is launched, if they're gonna release like the full game, quote unquote.
And what would that even mean, though?
I don't
the full
know.
game?
Like,
yeah.
I mean,
I think a lot of players have the same question.
I feel like,
what does that mean?
I mean, so like with betas, like there is like players are looking at the game with the developers and they're giving feedback, and like I feel like there is like kind of like some feedback happening on Twitter and like other platforms, but
it seems like the developers are pretty receptive to feedback.
yeah,
From what I've seen on Twitter.
and like I haven't like looked to see that like at the patch notes, but it feels like they're actually changing stuff as far as like oh, like, you know, this optimization in the menu, or like, you know,
the battle pass, they've already changed that to where people were complaining that you couldn't progress through battle pass, so they just made one of the daily challenges repeat, where it just says play one match and you get 50 XP,
yeah,
so that you can progress through battle pass quicker.
yeah,
They've done that like 3 days into the game release.
Yeah,
So that's pretty big.
which is a great thing. And like they announced their HES tournament, which is basically just their professional tournament, their roadmap for the year. And they're very much focusing on kind of like, hey, like we want this to be a game that has a community for a year from now. And they want this game to last 10 years, which is very ambitious for any developer.
It's infinite
Yeah,
for 10 years.
yeah, infinite. I feel like
What would be the next one? Penultimate?
No,
penultimate.
Halo Infinite +1.
Yeah.
Halo Infinite 2.
Halo
Infinity
360?
and beyond.
The Halo 360 or the Halo 1?
The Halo Series X. Dude, I hate that crap so much.
The KFC Halo sponsored deep fryer.
Dude, we gotta get one of those for the podcast.
I mean, they're kind of cool.
Kind of cool. They're kind of hot.
Wait, what is
Yeah.
this?
Go ahead, Wes. Tell them.
It's KFC made a gaming console. I guess it's more like a PC tower,
Yeah, it's a PC tower.
and the exhaust is coupled with an air fryer. So while playing games, you can heat up your chicken tendies.
Holy
Who needs
crap.
a CPU cooler when you can
it's got
fry
like-
chicken?
It's got like KFC branding all over it.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So yeah, imagine.
It's like an air fryer.
yeah, imagine
basically.
booting up Halo and you just smell that sweet, sweet fried chicken starting to heat up.
Dude,
That's some
KFC
conditioning right there.
has a gaming Twitter. It's KFC Gaming. You guys should follow it.
I don't
It's
think so.
great.
It's kind of cringe.
I'm kind of cringe.
It's like good corporate cringe. Like,
give me some of that good corporate
Like
cringe.
moon pies. You ever seen theirs?
They
You
did
ever-
have. They
No.
did
you
go
seen
on like.
the Steakums Twitter.
no.
No,
Dude, they're like,
Is that the dog treat company?
Oh, God.
no, Steakums is not a dog treat company. It's the pressed shaved beef company that people make cheesesteaks out of.
Oh,
No, it's like it's like a brick, and then when it thaws, it like turns into like little ribbons of beef. It's
yeah.
good.
That sounds
It's
really
good.
appetizing.
It's good. I never ate them, but Jonathan Perez had them, and he invited me over to make cheesesteaks because I like to cook, and he liked cheesesteaks, and I wanted to be his friend. Okay, so I pretended to eat his little shitty brick beef. Okay, and now I'm talking.
I
about
hope he's listening.
He won't be. Okay, but all that to say, Steakums has like a very politically active
No way.
Twitter, but they're not talking about like American politics. They're like all about like freeing the proletariat from the bourgeoisie.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
KFC did go on like an anime kick where they like tweeted everything in Japanese.
I believe
and,
it.
Like,
Arby's had a cool
like deep fried memes.
Arby's had a cool campaign where they like used like sauces and like fries and stuff to like draw like various like pop culture icons, and they had like a really huge series of like video game characters. I don't know why they were targeting gamers for their thing, but like there really was no advertising for Arby's in it. They were just
That's
like making
weird.
like art. It wasn't weird. It was cool.
I think it's weird. I think fast food restaurants should just remain fast food restaurants. Just like
Hey.
athletes
No.
should just play the
Dude.
sport.
No,
They
I
shouldn't. I'm just
I
kidding.
need to relate to companies, Nick. If I
Dude.
can't relate to them,
Totally
why
kidding.
won't I
Don't
be
get
able to buy
offended.
their products?
Gamers are their target demographic, and like they're
Yeah,
doing a
they
great
are.
job.
They are.
I
Yeah.
don't know. We're all gamers. So when's the last
Doesn't
time you
mean I
ate
gotta
Arby's?
like it.
Last time I ate Arby's, I threw up in a customer's driveway.
Actually,
yeah, I
kinda
think
like
it's been
Arby's.
at least 10 years since I've
Yeah,
eaten at Arby's.
it's been like 5
I
years.
had
for
Arby's
me.
like a month ago.
And it's been at
Sam.
least 5 years since I've eaten at Hardee's.
Did you get the horsey sauce?
No, I get the same thing every time. It's like a turkey sandwich.
Sam, you're an old man.
Dude, they're
A fast food turkey sandwich.
their curly fries are pretty good.
They are okay.
The curly fries are decent, but it's not good enough to go there
No.
and eat.
I think Arby's like that. I'm thinking Arby's. I think Arby's at least once a month.
Sam, oh my god. Why would you say that on the internet for all eternity?
Hey man, like I want to represent. I mean, Arby's isn't terrible. That's what I think.
No, it is
Dear
terrible.
diary.
The last time I ate Arby's, I threw up in a
It
customer's
was
driveway.
today that I found out Sam was a terrible person.
The time before that, I got in a car wreck before I could even take a bite.
Dang, dude.
I know. So I'm
pretty
traumatized.
traumatizing,
It
yeah.
is. Arby's is bad juju, man. It's also bad food.
They also have bad as you.
Au jus. Oh.
Oh, that's a food joke.
Wes, do you think Taco Bell is bad food?
No, Taco Bell's great food.
Okay.
It's vegan.
It is
True.
the second healthiest fast. Well, no, it is the.
What's the first? Like Subway or something?
I'm getting mixed up. No. One of them's Chick-fil-A. One of them is it's only based
Dude,
off
you can't
calorie
eat a
count.
Subway.
Gotcha.
It doesn't take into account sodium and cholesterol and all that stuff.
Taco Bell's fine.
Taco Bell, I love it, dude. We didn't get our grilled cheese burrito.
But I mean, we can just, dude. Let's do that like Friday for lunch. Are you gonna be in town for Thanksgiving?
Yeah, screw
Yes.
Thanksgiving. Let's get
Yeah.
Taco Bell.
Yeah, let's pause the podcast for a second and just go ahead and make some plans right now.
Dude, I'm all about. Dude, it's pretty good. I had it and I liked it. Like, it's
Doesn't KFC do like turkeys for Thanksgiving?
They do. I found that
What?
out today, actually. I was
Yeah.
talking to someone, and they told me that they bought a KFC turkey, and I was like, the fuck did you just say? I didn't actually
it's
say
probably
that.
more
I was like,
affordable than a
You
normal
dumb
turkey.
bitch.
no,
Why did you
but-
buy
no,
that?
I was actually really intrigued because that sounds amazing.
Yeah, people try and deep fry their turkeys all the time and burn their houses.
No, it was a Bojangles turkey,
Oh.
not a KFC turkey. He said he bought a Bojangles turkey. Now
Ooh.
that is pretty good.
Mm,
That has to be
I'm
really
gonna look
good.
that up. It might be for Friendsgiving.
more like Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
indeed, dude.
Someone get the Delta 8.
I got a
But
lot
yeah,
of it.
KFC, man. There you go. They're like, what, the second biggest fast food franchise in the world?
Second biggest?
I don't
Yeah.
ever eat there.
I haven't had.
No, they like internationally people love
I
it.
tried their Nashville chicken sandwich once, and
You guys love Nashville chicken, but it's always going to be shit.
Oh,
yeah, you
Have
know
you-
what? I'm chasing the Rocky's hot chicken feeling for the rest of
That's
my
true,
life.
that's
I will
true, but
always
it's
be
like-
chasing that
That's
feeling.
like going to like a gourmet brunch place and then getting disappointed when you have like frozen pancakes at like
I just
every
want to
other
live in a
diner.
world where Greensboro, North Carolina, has a good Nashville chicken
have
place.
either of you guys had my Nashville hot chicken?
No.
All right, I'll make it for you guys. It's
I mean,
pretty good.
Hannah
Oh, I
makes
thought you were
Nashville
talking about
hot
like, the
chicken.
way you said that made it sound like a place.
Did you have Hannah's Nashville hot chicken?
No, is it good,
She makes freaking amazing in
Dude.
Nashville. She makes Nashville hot chicken dip.
dude?
It's-
So
It is freaking bonkers.
when you say like dip, like is that like it's
It's
like
got
a
cream cheese and cheese and Nashville
So
chicken,
it's
hot
like
chicken.
yeah,
chicken.
buffalo chicken dip.
It's
Gotcha.
got chicken,
But it
hot
just has
chicken.
pickles in it instead.
Gotcha. That sounds good. I'm down.
It's
do
pretty,
it.
pretty.
It's too bitter for me.
It's pretty good. It's pretty dang good.
What were we even talking about?
We're talking about just
We're talking about Halo.
yeah.
We
got
went
on-
from Halo to fried chicken.
Maybe you
Halo
want-
and fast food. What more could a boy want, right?
But I mean, that's the only thing I'm really playing right now. Like, it's the only thing we're really playing.
Yeah, I'm on the train with Sam, just playing Halo Infinite whenever
Battlefield-
he's playing.
Battlefield 2042 looks like crap right now, so I think I'm just gonna wait.
I watched
And-
a clip of somebody shooting a guy in the head 10 times and it not registering on Battlefield,
Dang.
Oof.
and I was like, cool.
Netcode, man.
Yeah, but
So, I'm gonna pass on Battlefield for now.
I really
It's a
hope.
shame.
I mean, like, I hope that Halo Infinite launches some more maps. That's the only thing that. I mean, there's some things like
I mean, I'd love to play SWAT.
oh, dude, that'd be so much fun.
You know, like some
Game modes, yeah.
some classic game modes. You know, bringing that back. I mean, they got Oddball, they got Capture Flag, they got Slayer. But that's
Slayer.
is that it? Is that all they have?
yeah,
I think that's it right now.
Strongholds.
Oh, they have
Slayer.
the one where you have to have
Hold-
all
get
the
points.
bases.
Yeah, Strongholds.
Stronghold. So I think that's about it. They have.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, I'm looking forward to. I mean, a few things that like are like kind of like red flags for me is like co-op for the game doesn't come out till May of 2022.
They delayed it, right?
Yep, and like Forge doesn't come out till later than that.
And
Which
they
like,
delayed
I'm
that
sick
too.
of games doing that, dude.
yeah,
All games are releasing.
But I mean,
now.
wouldn't you rather them delay it and release it in the proper state than
100%. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't like
release
the
it
piecemeal release.
half-assed?
I mean, it's the same reason I don't like to pre-order games because I feel like I get like half experience and then go to play it back like I'm playing
Yeah.
half a game with like some DLC on it. But I'd rather just have the whole thing.
It's
It's
three-
like eating a sandwich piecemeal. It's like, oh, I eat the sandwich. Oh, and I forgot to eat the cheese. So now I'm just gonna eat cheese on its own. It's not as good. It's not
It's
a
343, right?
holistic
The developers.
experience.
Yeah, but that's my point. Is I feel more confident in 343 doing it right
I don't
than anybody else.
I'm not a Halo fan, so I don't have a dog in the
are
fight.
Just a little bitch.
I have more hope, but like a year ago I had zero hope. So like,
Just in general.
Just
Yeah.
in general, I'm glad. Yeah, plugging the therapy again. Halo Infinite has given Sam hope. Who needs a therapist when you can
Yeah.
teabag noobs?
I'm not really playing
gosh.
anything. I've already talked about Hearts of Iron No Step Back. Comes out on the 23rd.
Oh,
I'll be
yeah.
playing the absolute shit out of
That's in
that
2
when it comes
days.
out.
are you guys watching anything?
No, I haven't been playing games, but I'm going to co-opt this segment into the books section because I've been reading.
Oh,
Nice.
bookie
Um,
books.
What you reading, Wes?
So I just burned through Slaughterhouse 5 again, which is my favorite book of all
Oh,
time.
That's a really
what
good
a
movie.
great book!
It's my
book,
favorite book
sorry.
of all time. If you know me personally, you know.
What a depressing book.
Yeah, but also interestingly optimistic, not in a hopeful way, but just like in an accepting way.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of Kurt Vonnegut, very influential in my life.
Man,
Very good sense of humor. But a documentary came out about him that was 25 years in the making on the 19th, and I want to go see it.
Is that going to be in theaters?
It's only in Aperture in Winston.
that's really funny that you bring that up because I remember now that was like one of the first conversations you and I had that we really bonded over was
Oh, really?
being fans of Kurt Vonnegut.
Yeah. I love all his works.
Loving his books.
Have you
I
ever
love all
watched that
his
documentary?
works. What?
I'm interested in that documentary.
What an
It was
interesting dude.
Fascinating guy. You ever seen his drawing of an asshole?
No, but I'm going to immediately look that up after this.
If you're listening to this right now, just Google Kurt Vonnegut asshole, and it'll make you laugh because he's a very, very good talent of making normal things seem absurd and making absurd things seem normal, and just showing us how like a lot of our constructs of reality are just that, constructs, just our perceptions and whatnot.
And definitely read Slaughterhouse-Five.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic
Do you want to
book.
describe the Kurt Vonnegut asshole, Sam?
It's an asterisk.
It's an asterisk.
Oh.
Big-
It's just
So-
the star, the brown star.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
one of our most used symbols in life is also just an asshole.
Which actually, Wesley, you might remember this, but actually someone painted an asterisk on the back of my parents' car. And like,
When did that happen?
this is like senior year of high school.
I don't think I remember that.
And like, my parents like didn't repaint the car. They just left it on there. And I
Because they
remember,
didn't get the joke.
Was it like spray painted on the trunk?
no, it was literally like wall paint. And they just like painted it on there. And then
Well, like
How
on the
big?
bumper?
it was like literally it took it like, so like it covered like probably like 2/3 of the back of the car, like a Dodge Neon.
So very noticeable.
Yeah. And I was so embarrassed to go to my car every day.
Where did that happen at the
This is like
at
senior,
school parking
yeah.
lot? Or did it happen outside your house?
No, this is at our house. Like there's some
Who did it?
some punks. Like probably we had some theories.
Sam
about,
did live in a sketchy neighborhood.
Yeah, we had some theories about who did it, but
Alex.
yeah. Maybe.
Oh, we have some good stories with that boy, don't we?
But that just reminds me. I totally forgot about that till right now.
Yeah.
And
So
I was very embarrassing to
That's a great story.
and
I love that.
but yeah, I mean, any other thoughts about the movie or
No thoughts about the
going on?
movie.
we
Wes,
skipped.
you got any more
What about what?
games or a movie?
No, just read books. I'm also still reading Brothers Karamazov by Dostoevsky, which is very good.
it's a very good book.
Yeah, I'm a very cerebral person. Yeah, just not playing a lot of games right now. I'm just not feeling it. I've had a lot of other things going on in my life, so it's been good. But also, games just kind of lame. I need to build a new PC. I can't run anything anymore.
That's a bummer, but
It is. But I think I'm kind of afraid if I build a new one, I'm not going to like get like the enjoyment back. So I'll build a $1,500 PC and then
Should.
be like, I didn't
Dust
really,
Bunny.
Halo's not that great or Battlefield's not that great.
They're pretty good.
Yeah.
There's
Wait it
always
out.
Hearts of Iron.
True. Very true.
Nick, do you have some awful segments for us?
I do if you guys want to hear it.
Yeah, let's do it.
I don't want to hear it, but I want to make good content.
Okay, Sam, let me tell you then. In 2005, a South African man adopted a baby hippo after rescuing it from a river. 6 years later, after years of bonding between the two, the hippo dragged him into that same river and ate him. Moral of the story, do not domesticate very wild animals, especially
Yeah.
hippos. They're the
Hippos
most
will
aggressive
mess you up.
animals in the world.
Yeah, they kill more people than like lions and other things combined.
Yeah, they're
or something.
extremely dangerous and
Did you ever
very
see that
territorial.
Vice documentary about all the hippos that the Narcos guy did in South America?
No.
Mhm.
It's very interesting. They're like destroying an ecosystem there, but the locals love it because it's like a tourist attraction. But yeah, hippos, super scary.
They're massive.
Do you guys struggle from masturbation? Well, I have something for you. It's called the Anti-Masturbation Cross.
That silence is too good.
And what if you don't
I
know what
wasn't
that
gonna
is?
implicate myself.
Just Google the anti-masturbation cross, and it's just a literal cross that you can strap somebody down to keep them
So,
from
dude,
masturbating.
that's like a 5-year-old in that.
Yeah, it suits ages 5 and plus.
Well, I mean, it's good because you don't want your kids to go blind.
Yeah,
But
Jeez.
isn't that like? Don't they make chastity belts? Isn't that what they're for?
well, you would think that they'd be effective, but apparently they're not effective enough, so they came up with this.
God, I feel like that.
Adjustable canvas straps with Velcro, adjustable head strap incorporated to backboard, optional arm immobilizing accessory slides underboard for firm spread eagle position.
Spread eagle.
I did not expect you to
Spread eagle. It's not. That's not
Okay.
spread eagle. That's supine.
You know, last podcast I said there's a lot of stuff I protect you guys from. That's like edging the
I've seen that.
boundary.
I've seen that picture
I've seen
before.
that picture
yeah,
before, too.
I've seen
I've
it.
seen.
It's
I've
alright.
never heard.
I've
it
seen it before too,
described.
but I saw it come back up, and I was like, okay, I got it.
Can you send me the Amazon link to that? Does it come in adult size?
5+. I think it extends.
Wait, 5 plus what?
5 years
Ages 5+.
I'm gonna need you guys to come tuck me in later. Ooh, oh, man.
Okay.
Ooh.
Have you,
old.
Alright, Goofy.
Yup.
Have you guys ever thought about selling your farts?
No, I have never
No.
thought about that.
Well, this lady has. Due to popular demand, I have finally decided to start canning my or jarring my farts.
Due to popular demand.
Yeah, it's just some lady on Instagram who's
Oh,
canning her
gosh.
farts.
I mean, that girl sold her bathwater. I'm
Yeah,
sure
well, that's why I saved that picture, because I was curious on if that's
There's-
something anyone had ever thought
dude,
of,
there's
or it's
markets
just
for
this lady.
anything.
Whew. Okay, last one.
Okay, we're just gonna skip over that one.
In Colombia, South America,
Oh,
they celebrate Cultural Exchange Day, and to celebrate Germany, they wore Nazi uniforms, like
Oof.
SS uniforms, to their Cultural Exchange Day, and the president was the one who picked out the uniforms. And this happened recently.
Wow.
This didn't happen like a long time ago. This happened recently, like
Yeah.
during COVID.
I wonder.
yeah. The world doesn't
And
have
he
a
had
lot
to
of sympathy
apologize
for
for it.
Germany.
Yeah, sorry, Germany.
I remember
You
I
make
saw
one, you kill a billion people.
Well, they
and,
made the
you know,
mistake twice.
Yeah, people just put you in a box.
Yeah, I saw some clip of like an Iran versus Germany soccer game, and all the Iranian football fans mocked the German team like during their anthem by all doing the
Oh,
Sieg
that's
Heil salute,
mean.
like all of them.
That's mean. Don't do that.
Yeah, it's Iran. It's the best country in the world,
Oh,
dude. When you're the best country in the world, you can say and do what you want.
that is true.
That's why
God
America
bless
is so great.
America.
God bless us, everyone.
All right, you freaking communist.
Okay.
Okay, that's all I got for you. I think the
Thank you,
the anti-masturbation cross was enough.
That was awful.
That was
Every bit of it. Although
Thank
the
you.
cross was pretty cool. Please send that to me.
I'll send you the Amazon link.
Thank you. Thank
in
you.
a few minutes. Whew. Hot take of the day, anybody?
I feel like I had a hot take earlier, but
Here's mine.
You are the
Subspot.
hot take guy.
Subspot
Dude,
is not that
stop. Those are fighting words, dude. I will
Yeah.
chuck this microphone at your head. It is so good.
good. If you're listening and you're in my friend group, Subspot's not that great.
Subspot is so good.
It's pretty good.
It's literally
It's
the
not as
reason
good as you
I
think it
came back
is.
to Greensboro.
Yeah.
Like you
Okay.
guys are cool and all, but
so that's why.
anytime I would come back to
Greensboro.
Greensboro from my many wild adventures and very successful life of living all over the country,
Uh-huh.
I would come back and eat Subspot.
Okay.
It did get progressively worse every time I came back, though.
Okay. Point proven.
And what, like, I mean, they do. I feel like they have
They
less.
skimped.
Yeah,
They're
less meat.
skimping, and the prices went up. But I
Yeah.
mean, that's just the economy, man.
Yeah,
Thanks, Trump.
Okay.
thank you.
But dude, where else can you get a buffalo steak and cheese?
Monks,
Literally
dude.
anywhere.
No,
Monks.
no, you can't. Monk's only has the chicken one.
But I mean,
Then
we
you
got
have-
dude, we
then you
got the
have to-
steak,
Then you have to ask him to switch out the steak, and then he's like, "Oh, it's going to be the same price."
and you're like, okay.
And then, yeah, and I'm like, "Okay,"
Yeah.
and I pay it.
Yeah, duh.
But that's so much work, dude.
Dude.
Why can't I just walk into a restaurant? They know exactly what I want.
One day,
Just read my mind and just beam that
Just go to
food
Apple,
directly
man.
into my pie hole.
skip the everything.
That's what you
Skip
get at
stomach.
SubSpot, dude. You walk in there like, "Hey, person I know who you've been eating at my restaurant for the past 10 years." You don't get that anywhere else. You don't get it in Jimmy John's.
No,
Yeah, but it's freaky fast.
It is freaky fast and freaky good.
faster than
It is
Subspot.
freaky good.
What's the best thing at Jimmy John's then, Nick?
The Cuban sandwich is pretty
Dude,
good.
The
what
Vito,
is up with
man.
people, yeah, the Vito is fantastic. What is up with
Ah,
people
the
with
Vito's
Cubans?
the best. Vito's the best.
Cubans are weird.
To all our Cuban listeners, I am extremely sorry
Cut that one
for
out.
Wes's
Yeah,
inflammatory
you guys
comments.
are really weird people, but your sandwiches are okay. No, the other way around. You guys are okay, and the sandwiches are weird. The ham, sweet ham, and then bitter, stinky Swiss cheese, tart mustard, and sour pickles, just straight vom in
Yum.
my mouth would taste
Yum,
better
yum.
than that.
Love that. Give me some more sour.
Like, I totally understand people like to eat at shit food. Like, I used to be one of those people. Then I got
Okay.
enlightened.
Little miss-
Of course, the Cuban is one of the most
Connoisseur.
popular sandwiches ever.
This is very popular.
So maybe I just don't get it, but I think I have a pretty good grasp on reality.
Okay. This isn't real life, in case you're wondering.
This
so.
is reality. Maybe I'm the hot take guy right now.
All right.
What else, guys?
I think that's it for me.
I got a hot take. Thanksgiving food, not that great.
Yeah, I agreed. Other than the desserts, I think the desserts are
I like a.
I think that's like
good
a
pie.
like
I like
a
a
like
sweet
a
potato
medium
casserole.
warm take. That's a pretty. I think I agree.
Nah, dude, I've said that to a few people. It's like they
Is it
wanted to
because-
punch me out.
Is it because the repetition of it, or is it actually the food?
I think
It's the
I think
food.
it's because it's so hyped up, and it's just regular food.
Well, I don't know. As I've gone to like, I mean, this is really pretentious sounding, but as I've like made more interesting stuff, it's partly like the repetition, but also like turkey is just a boring ass meat.
How dare you?
You don't really put anything on it. Like,
How dare you criticize the founding fathers and
Oh.
the Native Americans coming together in a peaceful
They did.
meeting
They loved it. Dude.
and cooking turkey together? Like, that's so un-American of you.
I'm gonna give you another hot take, Nick. I don't say the Pledge of Allegiance.
Oh my! Do you say the Pledge of Allegiance and not say the under God part?
No, I don't say it at all. I don't put my hand over my heart or nothing.
stick it to him, man.
Yeah.
It's not sticking in. It's just not being indoctrinated.
Yeah, I agree.
But it's too late. I already did it in second grade, and I swore under God. So like, that's like basically a spiritual covenant, dude.
Yeah.
I have to divorce the United
Good luck.
States.
Good luck washing your hands of that.
Yeah.
This podcast has turned very
It's gone awry.
Yeah, I'm saying a lot of really offensive stuff, so I want to cut it.
I'm gonna just bleep some stuff.
This movie and like the games, like the state of games right now, and the crappy beer, like it has just turned us pretty bitter. At least me.
Let's
I had fun.
guys,
I had a
please
blast.
tweet at us a movie that actually is pretty good and is either low budget or just bad.
I want to do a comedy next.
Yeah,
And we
We'll
have a
do a
list. We
comedy.
have a
Down.
list.
We'll do a comedy
Oh,
next.
I had a good friend suggest Kung.
Kung
Pao.
Fury. Okay.
Well,
come
I
on.
want to watch Kung Fury. But
Let's
Kung
watch
Pao.
Kung Fury.
So-
We'll go watch Kung Fury.
Is
It's
it-
only 30 minutes.
okay.
Maybe we could do both.
We can do a couple.
Double header.
Double
do a
We
header.
could drink
header.
two
We
different
could-
drinks.
Dude,
We could do a double header.
That's very B movie esque because normally with a B movie you watch two B movies and then watch the A list movie. So let's do a double header.
Ooh, Okay, we'll do that. We'll
Oh.
do that.
Look at us.
All right.
All right.
We're very professional
We're-
here. We're very professional.
We're making up for this week's shit show by.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. We're just thinking about Thanksgiving, okay?
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks so much for listening, guys. I'm
Yeah.
Wesley Hossie and Nick Zamboni.
Follow us on Twitter, BBB, Nick and Sam.
Yeah. Please do that and tweet at us. Don't just tell us.
Or you can tell me, because I'm not on Twitter.
Yeah, do it. But,
Give your mama a kiss.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Gobble, gobble. Peace out.
Bye.